Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to our Happy Friday show. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here with us on this lovely Friday. It is, of course, Mother's Day weekend coming up. I hope you are having some great plans ahead. Thank you for being here, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, and make sure to follow our page and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you are new here. Of course, we'd love to see some hearts and thumbs up throughout the show, and check in with your comments. Make sure you tell us where you're tuning in from, because we have a live winner every show. So the more you comment, the better chance to win. $25 gift card is up for grabs every show. All right, we always kick it off on a Friday with a little libation. So our cocktail of the day is called Ginny from the Block. Yes, she's been around the block because I've actually done this cocktail on a show before, a few years back. And it is a delicious one and just perfect for this time of year. Beautiful, pretty, really nice aromatic flavors. Some strawberries muddled with some lemon and basil. Muddle it down with a little agave for sweetness, and then you just add some gin. Top it off with some sparkling water, and it's very refreshing. You taste the strawberries and the basil coming together with the aromatics of the gin just really make a really great flavor profile. Perfect for moms or anybody else. Cheers. Cheers.
And dads on Mom's weekend.
And dads on mom weekends. It is so fresh. Very easy to make. If you don't have gin, you can use vodka or rum or tequila, whatever. Or nothing. You can make this a very easy version. Just muddle all the fruits together with the basil and the lemon, and then pour some sparkling water over it, and you've got a fancy, fancy virgin drink. So Ginny is very flexible, very versatile. So great to see everybody. I see Janice is watching from Delaware. People from all over. Lori says cheers, cheers, cheers. Thank you for being here. We had a show this last Monday. It was a kind of a weird week, so we had our Tipsy Tuesday on a Monday. So it feels like a long time since we've had a show. It's just weird how one little change in a week for me can throw us off. But on Monday, we actually talked a lot about irons. And so I just wanted to tell you we have more irons coming. And so if you placed an order already, you have one reserved. We just didn't get all of our shipment that we thought we had in the house, but they will be coming and even more coming. So don't worry if you are interested in the Velocity irons. We will take care of it for you. You know, there's also a lot of stuff coming in. So I have a lot to show you today, but I wanted to also just kind of check back in with my group on Facebook and seeing kind of what you've been up to in the past, couple of weeks. I actually didn't go back very far because there's lots of finishes that you're showing. Of course, I kind of skipped over all the strip joints because a lot of strip joints being finished. And I had some finishes in the month of April. And I don't even think I took a photo of all of them. But I thought we'd kind of just go back and see some of your great finishes. So I've pulled a few photos and I wanted to, let's have a little quilt show. So this first one is Cindy's Teen Spirit quilt. Looks like she used some fig tree fabrics. Beautiful, love the colors, very soft, perfect for fall actually, or anytime. And the next one is Ella Lou's Stella quilt. Also, this one is a 10-inch square pattern, classic in my mixology book. Love the different take on the colors. Really cool with that pop of pink in there. Then we have Ellen's Hope quilt. I really love this. So it's very subtle, even though she used one fabric for her accent strip. It's kind of all in the same color family, so it's very tranquil and pretty. Love that quilt. Great job, Ellen. And then we have Erica's Wanda. That's beautiful. I don't want to say something I'm not for sure of, but I think this is going to be a donation for veterans. So love that, and what a great idea to put a white square in the middle of the blocks so you can, for any occasion, you can have them as a signature block. You can have the little squares signed for a wedding or for anniversaries or engagement parties, anything like that. I think that's a really cool idea. Even for babies, I think that's a really great idea to have maybe grandmas and all the relatives sign a little block for a baby's arrival. Then we have Eva's Aurora quilt. Very bright and beautiful. Love it. She put a little border on the sides to make it wider, but really great job. And then we have Urja's Pitter Patter quilt. I love this. All these fun prints, small prints. They're so festive and fun. Great job. And the next one up is Gail's Little Trixie. So Gail added just a little sashing and sashing post for her runner to break up the pinwheels, and that's a great effect. Love how that turned out. And then we have Joanne's Spin Cycle already on her bed. That's the one hanging behind me. That's of course from the Scrap School book. And then we have Jody's Strip to Shore, Rainbow Strip to Shore. Love this very much. I believe that was Sunprint by Allison Glass mostly, but I love, love, love the effect of making this pattern in a rainbow like that, rainbow effect. Very cool. Good job. And then we have a really large Emma, and what a perfect location to shoot this because the fabric has the red barns. I love it, love it, love it. This is Kate's version of Emma in, I think it's Holiday Heartland fabric line. Just awesome. Just really pretty, festive. And then Kate also had a tailor quilt. Very pretty and so abstract. I love the abstract effect, how the yellow kind of just does all these abstract lines so you really can't really see the pattern. I love that effect. Very cool. Good job. And then we have Lori's Coral. Love this. Coral, of course, is a 10-inch square quilt. It's from my mixology book, first one, and I don't remember if I remember correctly when I read her post. I think this was made from scraps from her guild or something like that, and then she just provided the background. And what a gorgeous quilt! Really pretty. Then we have Lois's Little JoJo. She is getting ready to get her all finished, but how cute is it in just very fresh spring colors? That table runner is perfect for anything, any season. So love that. And then we have Lynn's Venus quilt. I love that has a little ombre effect. She did the lightest ones in the middle, kind of fading out to the darker ones on the outside. That's what's fun with a lot of my patterns. You can play with the color placement so much. You're just making the same block, but you can kind of play with the color placements and do something really fun and funky, whatever you want to do. And then we have Maybrit's Strip Stacks. This is all K fabrics for the strips and then a light background. And what a striking quilt this is. Gorgeous on that bed. That's going to be a beautiful, beautiful room to sleep in. What a gorgeous quilt. Then we have Monique's Teen Spirit quilt. And I believe she made it with like all nature fabrics because it is for a teacher and that enjoys the outdoors. So I think that's really a great choice. Really great quilt. And then we have Monica's Pitter Patter. And beautiful, beautiful. And I love the flowers on the side. I don't have any flowers yet in my yard, but beautiful job. I believe this is going to be a donation. And the next one up is Nancy's Steamy Windows. I think this is a supersized steamy. It looks like it, a lap size, and just added a strip on the top and bottom, so it makes it a little bit longer quilt. So beautiful fabrics, and you know, I've told you, this Steamy Window supersize is such a quick quilt. Uses up your fat quarters completely. Love that. Then we have an Elvira. This is Susan's Elvira, obviously for kids. Very fun children's print for the blocks, and I love that. That is such a great, great effect. And so great job on that. Really good. and a funky scrappy binding. And then we have another Wanda. This is Vicky's. I believe this is made with Dwell, one of my favorite lines. So gorgeous job. All bound, quilted, and ready to go. Then we have another spin cycle. This is Vicky's. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love the scrappy backgrounds. That just makes such a cool effect. So good job, everybody. And like I said, I just popped in there for like 15 minutes and I grabbed some photos. So I want to do more of that in the future. So make sure you post your quilts. If you are on Facebook, post your quilts in there. And it's always fun to see them in the different fabrics and different looks. I did have some April finishes myself, and I think I actually didn't even photograph all of them, unfortunately, but I will. Or the GE finishes, I thought I would show you. You have seen some of these on the show. We have, first up, the Nelly quilt we made up in, oh, now I'm blanking on the name of the fabric line, but I think we're out of that bundle already. I think the quilt really sold it, but I love this photo because you can really see the quilting. This is one of my favorite patterns for quilting. Got it at Urban Elements, called Marmalade. I love it. I've done it large scale, small scale, done it on a table runner, big quilts, whatever. Love it. And then, of course, my first finish, I think, in April was my Dwell Astrid, because I wanted to get her finished and get her on the pattern cover. No, this is in progress. This is the only photo I found on my phone. But it is finished. It has been photographed. It's on the pattern cover, so you've seen it. But this is a favorite of mine, of course. And we do have lots of kits still if you are interested in making this version of Astrid. Then I made we made two steamy windows, flannel quilts. One is in the corner, hanging in the corner. This is super size steamy, the lap size, this is out of a flannel fabric line that is coming, bundle that's coming. It is the Yuletide Gatherings. So we have two colorways. This one is the greens and reds, and then we have the grays and neutrals together in a bundle. So we've made a quilt from each. So from a bundle of 12 half yards, which equals 24 fat quarters, you can make twin size. I believe it's a twin size quilt or full size. It's kind of in between. And from 15 fat quarters, you can make the lap size. All right, so then Julie made an awesome Athena quilt. Very similar to the colors I used for mine in the book. Athena is in the new Stripology Mixology 2 book. And love, love, love this. The quilting pattern, oh, now I don't remember what it's called. I used it for something else as well. But it was really cool. Really love that. And that's like a queen size. It was huge. It was too big to fit in the, in the photo. And then my other finish was Kira, made with the Art Theory Allison Glass fabrics. I love this, and I just have to put a binding on it. I've been debating what kind of binding, but I think I'm just going to do a black binding to kind of frame it. And I love this. I can't wait to see this on a bed. I think would be really cool. Who knows who gets this? We'll see. We'll see. Maybe it'll be up for grabs if my family's watching. All right, so that is all of my, not all of my finishes. Unfortunately, I couldn't call my strip joints a finish yet. I still have just like 4 blocks to put together and then just sew the blocks together. So it'll get done. Not this weekend though, because I am headed out of town to see my grandson. So Mama won't be here for Mother's Day. Cheers.
Cheers.
But that's okay. I get to snuggle with my grandson, Johan. We have lots of fun planned. He has a problem articulating it, but I understand all of what he says, all the things we're going to do. It's going to be a blast. All right, so I think everybody, are you ready for some fabric? Well, I wanted to show you one thing. I did do a little Helena, just a small topper from my leftover folktail fabrics. So this is just a small so 4x6 little topper, and I quilted it on the machine on Gertie, and it's just like a leaf and a flower, this very kind of fluid pattern. And then the one you can see on the cabinet is also a new one. It's fabrics that we have coming. It's not here yet, but it's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I love it. And I'll show you more of that when we get the fabric in, and because we made some other things that are really cool as well. So there are more GE finishes in April. We just maybe can't show it to you yet, but we're excited to show it to you. But we have lots of cool fabric in. First up, I'm going to show you this Louis and Irene, everybody's favorite, Louis and Irene. And we're going to start with this, oops, missing the main print. It's called Love Blooms. And so here it is, the main print. So gorgeous flowers, hydrangeas, roses, peonies, and really fresh spring colors, spring summer colors. We have butterflies, and I love these. They're kind of, they look like it looks like a very soft fabric line, but the colors are still very vibrant. So I like that a lot. We have a small print in the pink, small floral, and then we have a larger floral with the look like peonies, I would say, and more flowers kind of spread out with little hearts in between. So this is like a perfect Mother's Day bundle. I think, it would be a great Mother's Day gift, wouldn't it, for anybody? We have the medium floral in a larger and a little bit brighter pink, and then we go into see, that's a perfect fit. We go into the more a taupey, kind of almost a lavender background with a large print. And this is like every other Louis and Irene bundle. This is a 15-piece bundle, so I gotta scoot them up so you can see it all. 15-piece bundle. We have, okay, now I'm totally blanking on what this flower is. Name on it. You could probably say it. Oh, and I love the hearts on the selvage. Love Blooms. We have the butterflies with the lavender background and the small floral. And then we have a little bit of that green in here with the butterflies. And then we go into the more of the purple, kind of purplish blue. It's not pure purple. It's very in-between color, like a light blue between a light blue and a violet, I think. And then the small print and the peonies. So this is Love Blooms. Just so pretty, so pretty, pretty, pretty. So of course I had to pull some 1-yards. We're gonna start on this end with the purples. I love the stratospheres because it's light to dark, has a little bit of linear print to it. So if you wanted it for binding or anything, it's a beautiful color, but it also has the lights and the darks. So Stratosphere Iris is the one I chose. Then I went into more of the plums to pull out some of the plums in here and would read very well with Into the Pink. So that's Grunge Plum. See, there's a little spelling error there. We have Lilac, because the hydrangeas, of course, are beautiful lilac color, Jot Dot Lilac. And then this Bumbleberry's Coastal Blue is like a great blue to work with these tones here to pull out some of the blues in the butterflies. We have a little bit of a aqua feel, so Dimples Robin's Egg is great with the butterflies and it kind of pops it up a little bit. We got to have some greens. I added a couple of greens, both for something that works with this print and then also with the leaves. So darker, we have Nature Elements Moss and then a Canvas Crocodile for a little bit darker, but still in the same color family. And then we got to have a little bit of pink. So the Bumbleberry's Pink Burst is a perfect pink that works with this. And then the Deco Stitch Lilac Dusk is great with all these little lilac colors in here. And if you wanted to use a background or get a neutral in here, a background for anything, I think the Grunge White Paper is a perfect fit to go with that background color. So that's what I would use if I wanted to do a background with it. And it still has a little bit of texture in it, so it's not pure pure. I don't have any of these in 1 yards, just the ones I showed. So coordinates. We only have the line in the prints. So that is Love Blooms. And we will of course take photos of the 1 yards and the fabric pull and post it in our blog. So if you want to go back and check it out and learn about that, fabric matching, all that fun stuff, my favorite thing to do. So gorgeous spring colors. Yes, spring, summer colors. And speaking of spring, summer colors, we're going to go right into fall because I got another fall line that is just beautiful. It's called Harvest. Is it Harvest Symphony? Autumn Symphony. Autumn Symphony. Sorry. I'm terrible with these names. Anyway, so it's just a beautiful small line, just 6-piece bundle here, but it combines a little music, a little symphony, and of course gorgeous fall leaves and just a little bit of metallic in here. Just beautiful accent of gold, so it makes it very rich. I love these white pumpkins and pine cones, just really pretty. So with a 6-piece bundle, you always wonder, what could I do with it? Of course, if you wanted to make a big quilt, you could always get 2, but a 6-piece bundle works really well if you wanted to make, you know, table runners or any kind of toppers, smaller quilts. We got the notes here, and then we have the beautiful fall leaves. I love the soft greens in here. And then we have a print with the ferns, with a light texture in the background, and then the perfect diagonal plaid with a little gold shimmer in there to tie it all together. So 6 pieces. And I couldn't stop myself. I pulled a lot to go with this. I started with the lights to find something that works well with it. The canvas antique white is a great match in here. It has a little bit of that taupe that you can find in the pine cones, so that works well. Of course, I had to find one that had gold in it, so the Prisma Pearl and gold works perfectly because it has the gold in there and it adds a little bit of a modern touch to it. And another one with gold, the speckled metallic white gold, is also great. It's a little bit darker than these, but it would add a different layer to the lights as well. And then I went into some of the rusty oranges and the brown. So I started with Bumbleberry's gold and yellow because it pulls out all of these kind of taupey, light brown, almost tan tones, but yet has that brightness, almost like a gold hue to it. And then into the canvas melon, which it has, all these oranges are very soft, so more like melon. So that one worked very well. And then the Bumbleberry's amber, which takes it to a little bit darker, pulling out the darker spots of that color in the leaves. And one more, I wanted a little brown to kind of work with the pine cones, and this Floral Element Spicy Brown has awesome oranges in it and the light taupes, so it was perfect to work here. And we couldn't do without a little bit of green, so the perfect green, I felt like Canvas Kiwi was perfect for the lighter green, and for the darker green, the Grunge Juniper pulls out the more sagey colors of the leaves and the darker tones. So this is my fabric pull for Autumn Symphony. So very pretty, and that was fun, a fun matchup because I haven't been able to use some of these colors, so I love this. It just would create just a really soft, pretty autumn quilts and decor accents, table runners, placemats, toppers, napkins, whatever you want to do. All right, so going a totally different direction. This line is called Windsong, and it's 10 pieces. I chose 10 pieces for the bundle, and it's really monochromatic with one pop of color. So we have all just whites, grays, and blacks, and just a pop of yellow, and I love that. That has always been very popular, these kind of more monochromatic lines, because you can do so many cool things with it. And we have, these look like pansies to me. I don't know if they are or not, but smaller print than the main floral. And then we have that little pop of a yellow, fresh bright yellow in the small floral And we have the larger print here, kind of in between those two in the yellow. Then we have some neutrals. Because it's a Windsong, I was thinking it looks like hair, but it's probably wind. I don't know. And then we have the small floral in the gray. We have that textured print. A textured print like that, because it's linear, will kind of act like your stripe as well. So it's great for little borders, little bindings or sashings, anything like that. We have the small floral in the black with a touch of yellow in there. And then we have the black print, same as here, with the yellow centers on the flowers. So very pretty line. And of course, very easy to match. So if you want to stay like this, I started, of course, with yellow and pulled some yellow tones. And what you want to is try and go like dark to light. Don't get all the same hue of yellow, because this will give you more texture and more life to your quilt. So I started with Spotted Quotation Mustard as my darkest yellow. I love it because it had both white and gray in it, so it really ties well. It would just work in there perfectly. And then I got the Dimples Raja, which is that dark kind of rich yellow. And then we have two lighter ones. We have Canvas Sunshine and Dash Flow Daffodil, which has white in it too. So it works really well with this print here. And then I started with my blacks. So again, the Spotted Quotation ink is the darkest black. It is darker than this one, but because it has both white and gray in it, it works well with everything, but it still will be your darkest black. And then the Sunprint Crochet, darkness because it has black, but it also has the gray, so it ties in the gray there too. That shadow is kind of the in-between between the blacks and the grays, so it works as a kind of the middleman and tying everything together. And then I went into some of the grayer tones, so Grunge Smoke, a great hue. This gray, the tones of these grays in this line, they're very pure grays, so they're very monochromatic that way, so there's not a hue to them. They're very just kind of grayscale. So Grunge Smoke works well. There's a little bit blue hue to it, but that's what always, when you put some stuff in grayscale, it will sometimes look blue. So Provision Stone, I love it because there's a little bit of brown specks in here, but they come off as a little bit yellow, so it works well. And then the lightest grays, I did Jot Dot Fog, because it has hues of different grays, and then the Circle Burst Light Gray. So we have a rainbow of grays, a monochromatic rainbow here. And then I added a couple more if you wanted to do a plaid or anything. We have a diagonal plaid in the light gray. That would be great. Or we have, this one is on the diagonal, this is on the straight grain, but this is a plaid buffalo black and gray. So whichever you would want, they would work very well with both. So this is Windsong. Very pretty. And of course, if you wanted to add another color, you know, these are just monochromatic and yellow. You could add a totally another color. You could pop it with red, pop it with blue, turquoise, with a yellow would be beautiful if you needed an accent color. So don't be afraid to throw in one more color if you wanted to. We have one more for you today, and that one is called Sunshine Soul. And this line is by a favorite designer by Moda, Create Joy Project. You remember Moody Bloom and all of those great prints. Very unique, very artsy watercolor prints. So this one is called what did I say? Sunshine Soul. Yes, Sunshine Soul. So we'll start with this one, then the very unique colorway as well. Beautiful color with those kind of plum and pinks, a little bit of coral in there. Just love this line. And we have, and it kind of, what I chose for this, of course, for the bundle, I limit myself to a certain colorway. So I chose kind of these these pinks and plums with just a little specks of kind of yellow gold. So it's not metallic, but it looks like it almost because they're so vibrant, these prints. We have the small print here. Beautiful. And then into a little bit on the light background. Just drawings there with a paintbrush. I just love this. Very talented. And then this beautiful print here ties the two colorways together. This is our stripe, so watercolor stripe. So I went with just the plum colors and then the turquoise teals for our bundle. So this is the one that breaks it up, and we go more into the other colorway. So you see more of the teals and the greens, the lagoon greens, beautiful blues with that specks of gold as well. Love that this print has a diagonal action going on. And here's that main print in that dark teal color. And I love that it has all the violets and plums in here and the pinks. So it all works together. And then we have this teal print. And this is one of my favorites. Just so pretty with that violet in the middle and a little bit of green. And then we have, last but not least, little butterflies in that kind of teal background. So this is Sunshine Soul. Just beautiful. Very unique. Something you don't really see often. We do have the stripe, Sunshine Stripe Soul. Striped Sunshine Soul is called, and we have that in 1 yards as well. So just going to put that here first. So this is great. And then I started playing, of course, if you wanted a background color with this, my favorite hue was the Spectrostatic Dust. I love that it has some specks in it, so because these are so busy, so you don't want to go really harsh with a solid. And that is one of my favorite choices always for backgrounds. But then let's play with some of the teals. And I started kind of going from, again, I wanted a hue difference from the bluer ones into the greener ones. And starting with the Prisma Pagoda Gem, goes with all the darker blues in here. And then we have Grunge Peacock, which has more of a bluer but a lot of greens in it. And so then the Grunge Dark Jade is the opposite. So it's more green with a little blue hue to it. So you can see the difference, but they both play really well with these. So I couldn't break them up. And then we have Spectrostatic Deep Sea, more of the greens. And I found a Stratosphere Seafoam that has all the light tones and a little bit of the darker tones in it. So those are my teal greens. And then I did, of course, the plums and purples. So starting with the darkest, the Floor Elements Mulberry. I love it. It has light in there too. So that kind of goes with the darkest, deepest colors in here. And then we have Provisions Vineyard, also a very rich, beautiful color. We have Grunge Boysenberry, so it's a more redder color, but it has, the grunge is purple, so perfect, worked perfectly. And then the Nature Elements Ripe Plum. Again, a deep background with the pinks and the medium violets, and then just a little bit of that taupe, which kind of plays with the golds in here. So love these. For a pull, if you wanted to have an accent color with this, ones that comes to mind for me right away is of course pulling out the yellow or the gold tones. So popping it with something like Prisma Solar Quartz would be really, really a great idea if you needed an accent color. For example, if you wanted to do a quilt like Clarissa or Hope or anything like that, that would be really cool for your strips to pull out the yellow. So that is our 4 new bundles that I wanted to show you today. So any questions, throw them out there. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, all of the pairings, all of the 1-years that I pulled are going to be in a blog post. So probably as early as tonight, probably already now, seeing how Amy is quick to get them on there for us. But I just pulled those this morning, so give us a little time to get them up there. And do we have a winner, our live winner ready? Jerry Liberator. Jerry, congratulations. It is your lucky day. $25 gift card is coming your way, so make sure you send us a quick email or message on Facebook and we'll get your gift card to you. Cheers. This is making me thirsty, handling all this fabric. And it's want to pop my head? Needed a sound effect on that one. Well, this is making me want to sew, but I'm not going to sew this weekend. I might have to finish up a project or two that I'm taking with me, but that's another thing. Anyways, we will be live again next week. We will be on a Tuesday next week. Of course, Tipsy Tuesday will be May 11th at 7 p.m. Central Time, and I will be here next Friday as well for a Happy Friday show, 3 p.m., and that is May 14th. Time is flying. We're getting so kind of burning through the month of May already, I feel like. It's going fast. The year is going fast. Everything's going fast. So, lovely, lovely. I want to take this opportunity to wish all of you mothers, whether it is to actual children or furry children or stepmoms or any kind of mothering, if you've played a mothering role in anybody's life, happy Mother's Day. So important
Happy
to take
Mother's
some time.
Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the wonderful mothers.
Yes, and I won't be home for Mother's Day, but of course I had a wonderful bouquet of roses waiting for me when I got home. He's a keeper, isn't he? Thanks, everybody. Have a lovely weekend. Cheers.